The Sega Master System came out in 1985, known as the Mark III in Japan, was released in 1986 in the US and 1987 in the UK. Did best in the UK and Brazil, didn't sell as much in Japan and the US, was more sort of favourably thought of here in the UK, and sold just over between 10 to 13 million units worldwide, with a very decent roster of games and with the ability to play card as well as cartridge on this front port here. An absolutely fantastic system and well loved by those who collect it, and back in the day probably spent about £200 on it, and now oddly enough it's probably the same to find a boxed copy one of the system itself. It's getting up there between about 200 to £300 of your hard-earned cash. So let's take a closer look at the system. Here you can see a 2-button controller with its multi-directional, very small form factor, very unobtrusive. No pause button on the controller itself, but that was common. And on the system itself, if we take a closer look, you can see the start button there, and you can see 2 controller ports here and card slot, which there was a few, not many. And round the back you can see its AV output. Yes, it had one back in the day, as well as an RF as well, but they then dropped that for the generation 2 and just was an RF output, not an AV output, unfortunately. There's the power supply slot, and as you can see it's got this gorgeous red colour, same as the cartridges, which fit in the back of the console itself. At the back you can see a box with its advertising, a controller, 3D glasses, and a phaser as well. An absolutely stonking console, and let's take a look at some games. Hello, so as you can see in shot is also a Mark II console. There's 2 variants that I have. There's this one, which is Alex Kidd, and obviously a Sonic edition. But let's take a look at some games, shall we? So we'll remove this down here, and we'll start alphabetically. In no order alphabetically, but alphabetically. Air Rescue, Aerial Assault, Afterburner, Asterix. Now Asterix is a fantastic game. Why don't we take a look at a video of it? the original Asterix. I believe they were free on the console, and I've got 2 of them. Alien Syndrome, Alien Storm, and Aliens 3. And again, a fantastic game. And again, let's take a look at some video of that. Aces of Aces, which is a flight shoot 'em up. Not as fun as a couple of other shoot 'em up titles, but it's okay. Here's like an arcade, a smash pack, and there's 3 games on this one. You've got Breakout, Centipede, and Missile Commander. There's a great one, Aladdin, Alex Kidd with the Lost Stars, Alex Kidd in Shinobi World, Aztec Adventures, and now on to the Bees, Battle Outrun. Okay game, a lot of fun. Bonanza Bros, ooh. Bomber Raid, and again, very fun game. Let's take a look at some video footage of it. Bubble Bubble. Again, an absolutely fantastic game. So again, let's take a look at some video footage of that as well. Cool Spot. Fantastic game, that one. Cloud Master. Castles of Illusion. The Cyber Shinobi. Casino Games. We'll take a look at that one as well, because it's got some fun games on it, including, oddly enough, pinball, which you wouldn't normally think is actually in a casino. But plenty of great games, so let's take a look. Captain Silver, Crash Test Dummies, Chuck Rock, the son of Chuck, and of course the original Chuck Rock. Main staple game, this one. Choplifter. And now on to D's. Dynamite Duke, Dynamite Ducks. Great game, this one. Sort of isometrical brawler, shooter, platformer game. A lot of fun. So let's take a look at some play of that one. Donald Duck in the Lucky Dime Caper. Double Dragon made its way across and was a lot of fun. You can't beat the arcade version of it. Let's face it, we all put tons and tons of quarters in the arcade playing that one. But here's a fantastic title. Desert Strike. Again, a lot of fun, that game. E-SWAT. Enduro Racer. Now on to F. The Flintstones. An okay game. I just wanted to get to see what it was like. It's an odd thing, but yeah, it's I would say probably don't buy it if you enjoy playing Master System games. Might put you off. Okay, on to the next. Now, there were 3 Final Fantasy. I have a couple of them. This was Final Fantasy Zone. Final Fantasy Zone The Maze. This one gets a lot of hate, but it's actually a very solid little title. I never beat Fantasy Zone full stop because it was a great game. Onto G's. GP Rider. This one is very much like Hang On, and it's a bike racing game, and a lot of fun. A little bit more difficult to find out there, but a lot of fun. Ghost House. Golden Axe. Not Golden Axe Battler, because that's the really expensive rare one, but this one obviously is like the Golden Axe games itself, and as you can see, it's complete in box. Here's a great title, Ghost and Ghouls. We definitely have to look at some footage of this game. It's just great fun. It's a very, very difficult game, and that will kill you very easily. But again, a great port of it. So let's take a look now. There's a game I absolutely love called Gain Ground. This is just a fun title where you make your way up, attacking people without getting shot. A lot of fun. Global Gladiators, sponsored by, which we can't say their name, but you know, that food company. Interesting platformer, that one. Unfortunately, this one has got a printed cover because I could not find one so far without, but that's Gauntlet, and this is an absolute brilliant title, and we definitely have to look at some game footage of Gauntlet.
Welcome, warrior.
Galaxy Force, a great shooter. And then to H, and here's Hang On. Now this was a pack-in title if you had the Mark 1. In fact, I think it's on my Mark 1 as a pack-in title as well. A fantastic game, great racer. Heroes of the Lance. Again, just a great game. It's a side-on, if I'm not mistaken, fighting style game. Not sure if that got an arcade port as well. Now on to I, Indiana Jones. And J, Jurassic Park. Very different from the Mega Drive version. There's a great game that don't get a lot of love, and that was also on Mega Drive. Jungle Book, a great platformer, done in a sort of vein as Lion King, very similar. James Pond 2. I've also got this on Mega Drive. And now into K's. Kung Fu Kid. And Clax, a puzzler. I might throw some quick footage of this in so you've got an idea, because when you say a puzzler, it makes no sense. So let's take a look at some footage of that as well. Land of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. Lemmings. Who would have thought they would have packed so much on an 8-bit cartridge, but fantastic. And a game I just talked about a little while ago, The Lion King, a fantastic game. Again, also on Mega Drive. Not such a great game, and that's Leaderboard, a golf game. I don't mind golf games, but they're just okay. Line of Fire. Miss Pac-Man, a fantastic game as well. Again, we'll look at some footage of that. Why not? Because it's just a great game. So let's take a look at some footage. multiple game here with 3 in 1 like they did on Mega Drive, and this one has Monaco columns and a World Cup. Must have a columns game. Here's an oddity. Micro Machines also came on the Mega Drive, and a lot of fun. Solid game, and really odd cartridge shape on those ones. They always were. Moonwalker with Michael Jackson. We definitely have to look at some footage, but we have to be very careful as well, because don't want to get any strikes or any copyrights on that one. So we'll take a look at it. Super Monaco GP. Another Super Monaco GP. But this one doesn't star in Senna. Marble Madness. Mortal Kombat 2. And Mortal Kombat 1. They're okay. I much prefer the Mega Drive versions, or the Sega Saturn version, or even the PlayStation version. But to be honest with you, for what this does, it does a damn good job of it. Got to talk about this one, because this one is a Castlevania clone, if you like, and that is Master of Darkness. This is a fantastic title. So much fun, complete in box. We definitely have to look at some footage of this, maybe the intro sequence as well, because it's just a great game. Outrun Europe, Olympic Gold. A lot of fun this game. Off-road, Predator 2, parlor games. Pac-Man, Psycho Fox, a fun title this one, Putt Putt Golf. There's a classic, Paperboy. Spent many of hours of this game playing it in the arcade. Never did well on it. PGA Golf, and the last of the P's in this collection is a Penguin Land. Again, very solid title. Here's a game I spent many hours in the arcade with, R-Type, and we definitely have to look at some gameplay here because it's great visually and the sound is phenomenal on this game. So let's take a look. Road Rash, actually a very good conversion of this game, and harder to find in Kick's box. A lot difficult to find, but really good game. A Rainbow Island, and again, let's take a look at some footage of that because it's a great game. Running Battles, RC Grand Prix is a great game. Robocop versus Terminator, Rampage, fantastic game this one. Another arcade conversion and a really solid one, and that's Rastan, and again this is a fantastic game, so let's take a look at some gameplay. another stable game for the Master System. Streets of Rage, fantastic game. Spider-Man. Shadow Dancer. Super Space Invaders. Now this is a real fun game, so we have to look at some footage of this. It's fantastic. Star Wars, also a Blue Label, kicks and complete. Great game. Sega, a shooter. Sega's Chess. Simpsons. That's the Space Mutants. Super Kickoff, not particularly great title. This one's slightly faded. Strider. And Strider 2. Here's a fantastic game. Super Smash TV. Again, just recently they've brought out a couple of games very similar to this, which is like Xenociders. It's Xeno Crisis, I should say. It's a fun game. So it wouldn't be a console without having the main character on it, which is Sonic. And again, an absolutely solid game. So let's take a look at some footage of the Sonic game. Also Sonic 2 and Sonic Chaos, and that Shinobi, and this is a fantastic game. Again, let's look at some game footage of that. To the T's now. Tasmania, Tom and Jerry. Very careful how I stack them up. Transbot, another shooter, a lot of fun. Teddy Boy, Thunderblade, T2, which is Terminator 2, and Terminator, fantastic game. Not so good on others, but was great in the arcade. Tennis Ace, there's nothing really ace about it, it's just okay. And now on to some more. Here's some great games. Wonder Boy in the Dragon Trap, and again, let's take a look at some footage of that. Wonder Boy in Monsterland. World Grand Prix champion. World Games. Wolf Child. World Cup 93. Two very similar games here, both tennis. Wimbledon and Wimbledon 2. So good, they made a sequel. Xino 2, a shoot 'em up. Winter Olympics, Vigilante 8, and Zool. Again, Zool, solid enough title, so let's look at some footage. So there you go, that's my Master System collection. A lot of fun to go through, and I'm always still going to be collecting more, even though there's a few there. I wouldn't mind some of the more RPG titles. I don't think I'd be going after anything like the Smurfs. It's not my sort of game, and tends to hold too much value, unfortunately. Yeah, but a lot of fun collecting for the Master System, although it's got a little bit more difficult to find games now in complete condition. They tend to come in very poor condition when you find them, but it's always good to actually find them out there. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It will help the channel grow, and the last video I did was fantastic response. Shows there is love out there for Sega and all things sort of Sega related, and there'll be more that I will do. I do plan to do like a very more harder obscure Game Gear video, and when the subscribers get up there a bit more, what I will do is I'll do a video for give away a prize, which will be a lot of fun as well. I've done them multiple. A few years ago I did like a Dreamcast giveaway, and that was fun, and I would like to do that again. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next time round when we'll have a look at some more great Sega stuff.